Okay, so exercises 4, 6, and 7 were your homework. Okay, so we talked on Monday about superlative, comparative, which were review for adjectives, and we started talking about, or we finished talking about equative adjectives. Okay, so let's look at your homework, and then we'll do some exercises with all three, superlative, comparative, and equative. And then we will talk about superlative, equative, and comparative adverbs, which are actually easier than adjectives. So it shouldn't be too hard, but we will spend today and then on Monday next week talking about and practicing with those. Okay, so superlative adjectives. It says unscramble, like a scrambled egg. When you scramble an egg, you mix it up. So unscramble means do not, means the opposite of scramble, right? Take that apart. The sentences below use superlative adjectives. So for example, it says my dog, fast, animal, and state. So you say my dog is the fastest, that's the superlative adjective. My dog is the fastest animal in the state. Okay, number 1 says Henrietta, excellent, student, and class. What sentence would you use with a superlative adjective?
Henrietta is the excellent student, the most excellent student in the class.
Good. I heard 2 of you say it. Yes. Henrietta is the most excellent student in the class. Good. The most excellent, right? Because excellent is 3 syllables, right? Excellent. Okay, so if it's 2 or more and it doesn't end in a Y, you put the most. Good. Number 2, boots, expensive, and store. What does that look like?
Boots are the most expensive in the store.
Good. The boots are the most expensive, or those are the most expensive boots in the store. Okay, either one is okay. But it's the most. These boots are the most expensive in the store. The most expensive. Good. Number 3, August, humid, month, and year. How do you say that using a superlative adjective?
August is the most humid month in the year.
Good. Yes, August is the most humid month in the year. Are we doing okay, everyone? Is this making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, Babbo, I think. Expensive, restaurant, and city. So Babbo is a restaurant. Okay.
And we know.
I was like, what is that? I thought it was a name. It's a restaurant. Okay, so how would you put that into a superlative adjective sentence?
Babu is the most expensive restaurant in the city.
Perfect. Exactly. Good. Babbo is the most expensive restaurant in the city. Good. In the city. Excellent. Number 5, Coldplay, wonderful, band, and world. What about this one?
Coldplay is the most wonderful band in the world.
Good, exactly. Good. Coldplay is the most wonderful band in the world. Perfect. Good. Number 6, Buffalo, cold, city, and country.
Buffalo is the coldest city in the country.
Good. Not the most cold, right? Because cold is just 1 syllable. So you add EST. Good. Buffalo is the coldest city in the country. Buffalo is the coldest city, because cold is one syllable, in the country. Good. Number 7, Trevor, talented, cook, and class.
Trevor is the most talented in the cook class.
Good. Trevor is the most talented. You could say Trevor is the most talented cook in the class, or like Jennifer said, Trevor is the most talented in the cooking class. If you changed that, that's okay too. Because we say cook and chef, like a chef, someone who prepares food professionally, we also call a cook. Good, perfect. Number 8, the Amazon, deep river, and South America.
The Amazon.
Afifa, I heard you say it.
The Amazon is the deepest river in South America.
Yes, excellent, perfect. The Amazon is the deepest, good, not the most deep, the deepest river in South America, because it's just one syllable. Good. Do you have any questions about that, about superlative adjectives? Is that making more sense?
Teacher, in the exercise number 3, can you add est?
Humid?
Number 3, and humidest?
No,
No.
because
Two
it's
syllables.
2 syllables and it does not end in Y. So if it's 2 syllables or more and it doesn't end in Y, like happy ends in Y, you can change it to happiest, the happiest. But humid, if it's 2 syllables or more that does not end in Y, it's the plus most plus the adjective, the most humid.
Okay.
Yes, good question. Any other questions? No? Okay, let's try exercise. This one we did together on Monday. Let's try exercise 6. Exercise 6 talked about irregular comparative adjectives. It says, fill in the missing words in the following sentences. Use the comparative forms of the words in the word list. This one's a little bit of a challenge, I think. Okay, we talked about these words: good, bad, much, many, more, less, little, and few. Okay, so for example, number 1, or the example 1 says, Betty is an excellent cook. Brian is a so-so cook. So Betty is a better cook than Brian, and Brian is a worse cook than Betty. Remember, these are irregular. So that's good changes to better, and bad changes to worse. Okay, let's try some. Number 1, Wanbo is a very good speaker. Noriko is not a very good speaker. So Wanbo is a what?
Better.
Good, a better speaker than Noriko, and Noriko is a
Worse.
Worst.
worse
Bigger than Wumbu.
Yes, good, you guys, good, yes. So same as the example, okay, good. Number 2, Usha makes fantastic cookies. Numia makes terrible cookies, okay? So Usha makes what?
Better cookies than Numia.
Yes, yep. Usha makes better cookies than Numia, and Numia makes
Worst.
Worse cookies.
worse cookies than Usha. And remember, it's than with an A. Then with an E is talking about a sequence of events. First we did this, then this, then this. So than is the word that compares. Number 3, Lee drinks 4 cups of tea a day. Young Un drinks 2 cups of tea a day. Okay, so Lee drinks
More.
More.
more tea.
Yeah.
Yes, good. So you can finish it when I say it. Lee drinks more tea than Young Un, and
Yeah.
Young Un drinks.
Less tea than
Good. Yes, not little or few. He drinks less tea than Lee. Drinks less tea than Lee. Okay, because more or less are comparative adjectives. Okay, Lee drinks more tea and Young Un drinks less tea. Number 4, Roberto has 3 close friends. Daisy has 5 close friends. Okay, Roberto has what?
Less close friend than
Let's
Daisy.
close play.
Good. Roberto has less close friends than Daisy. And Daisy has,
More close.
More close friend, that's Roberto.
good, more close friends than Roberto. Good. Number 5, Yuki has many siblings. Alfonso has 1 brother. Yuki has,
More siblings than Alfonso.
good, yes, more siblings than Alfonso, and Alfonso has,
Less siblings than Yuki.
exactly. Good, Gonzalo, yes, less siblings than Yuki. Good. So with comparative, right, we're talking when many and more, we're talking about more and less and better and worse. Okay?
Teacher,
Lydia. Okay.
Yes.
I have a question with number 4 and number 5.
Okay.
I have, instead of less, I use few because few is for countable, no?
So few is for counting. Yes. So when you're comparing, that was what I was going to ask if anyone knew. So when you're comparing, if you can count, you can say Roberto has fewer,
Fewer.
right? So you can either say he has less close friends or fewer close friends.
What's the
Not
difference,
just
teacher?
few. So few is what you can use if it's countable, right? So it says here, Roberto has 3 close friends. He has 3. Daisy has 5. That is countable. You can count how many friends. So you can use fewer. Just like we said with the word many, you can count it, and much,
Yes.
you really can't. So that is totally acceptable for numbers 4 and 5. Okay? Number 3, for example, it says, or not 3. I guess, yeah, these aren't good comparisons, but fewer. So number 3, Lee drinks 4 cups. Yeah, so if it says 4, then you can count. You can say fewer. Lee drinks, well, in that case, it would say Lee drinks what? If I wanted to use the word fewer for Lee drinks, what would it have to say in front of it?
You have
Yes.
to use cup.
Cup of tea.
Exactly. Yes. Lee drinks fewer cups of tea, right? Cups of tea, because cups of tea is countable. Just plain tea is not really countable. So in that case, it's less tea. But in 4 and 5, you're talking about the number of close friends and the number of siblings. So in those 2 cases, you can put the word fewer instead of less. Either one is correct. They both sound like they sound normal, and they are both correct. But if it's countable, exactly, Veronica, you can put fewer. Not few, though. Roberto has fewer close friends, or Alfonso has fewer siblings than Yuki.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yeah, good questions. Are there any other questions? This example. Okay. You guys are doing really well with this. Let's do one more exercise that you did for homework, and then we will do exercise 8 together. Okay, exercise 7 is filling in the missing words in the following sentences. Okay, so this is irregular mixed form, so comparative, superlative, and equative. So we're talking about soccer players in the first example. Okay, so your information. Paulo scored 2 goals. Robinho scored 6 goals.
Robinho.
Say it.
Robinho.
Robinho scored.
It's a Portuguese name.
Oh, really? A
Mhm.
Portuguese name. Paulo is too. Scored 2 goals. Robinho scored 6 goals.
Go.
And Kaká.
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 You don't know that
Kaká.
soccer player?
Kaká? Sounds right. We would say like
Kaká.
Kaká. So it's like Kaká. The second
Kaká.
syllable is enunciated.
Yeah.
Kaká scored 11 goals. I'm learning Portuguese names. Who knew? Scored 11 goals. Okay? So your words are good, better, and the best.
But
So the example is Paulo is a good soccer player. Okay, number 1. Who has number 1?
Robinho is
it's better.
Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the better soccer player
They,
Paulo.
than Paolo.
yes. That name is hard. Yes, Robinho is a better soccer player than Paulo, right? Because Robinho scored 6 goals and Paulo only scored 2. Okay,
Yep.
what about number 2 though? Kaká is what?
The best
The
The
player.
best
The
player
best
in
player.
the league.
Yes, the best player in the league. Excellent. Good. Okay, so you have your comparative and your superlative. Okay, section B, teams, information. Siena has 2 points. Empoli has 4 points. Then Venezia? Venezia has 8 points. Okay, so now you're talking about bad, worst, and the worst. Okay, so what about number 1?
Siena is the
Siena
word.
is bad.
The worst.
The
The
worst.
The worst.
worst team in the list with only 2 points.
Good. I heard a couple of you. Yes, Siena is the worst team in the league with only 2 points. Number 2, Empoli is also
A bad team.
okay, good. Empoli is also a bad team. You're not comparing anything, right? So you're not going to say worst or the worst. It's just saying they're a bad team. Number 3, Empoli is a,
The worst team
Worst
than
team.
Venezia.
yes, Empoli is a worse team than Venezia. Is that true?
I guess.
They are Italian
Yes.
teams.
Because now I'm looking at it. Empoli has 4 points. Venezia has 8 points. Empoli is a
Empoli
worse
is the worst.
than Venezia, but he's not. Oops, sorry.
Okay.
Empoli, you are comparing Empoli and Venezia.
Yes.
Empoli is
So
worse than
sorry.
Venezia because
My goal was to get you to say it's worse, not the worst. Sorry, I said that wrong. So Empoli is better than Siena. So you would not say the worst, right? So Empoli is a worse team, which you all said. So that's why we are not using the worst.
the worst
The worst, we used said the worst in the first one.
in the first one.
Siena
Yes.
is the worst team in the league.
With only 2 points. Yes.
Mhm.
So when you're comparing and it has the word a, it's going to be a worse team than, wow, they come up with a lot of names. Venezia. Venezia? Are these real teams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They are
Vene-
Italian teams
Venezia is a city
in Italy.
in-
Italia.
oh, really?
Italy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Venezia.
I didn't know that.
And Robinho, Kaká, they are real names too, teacher.
These are real names. Yeah.
Real
Oh,
person.
okay. Real soccer players.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it true that Kaká is the best?
No, it's James
Mm.
Rodriguez.
No, really.
Ah, Jennifer says no.
Yep.
Colombo
Yeah.
is a Colombian player.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
he's
it's
a
the
Colombian
true.
player.
Yeah, teacher, is the true. Kaká is the best.
Oh, Elvin thinks
Yeah.
that's the truth. This
Yeah,
is a date
I
night,
watch
guys.
I watch a lot of soccer and I know
You
that.
know, you think Kaká
Yeah.
is the best.
Yeah.
What team is he on?
Oh, he played for the Real Madrid
He played.
and Brazil.
Ah.
All them are Brazilian.
Oh, they're all
the
Brazilian.
The better is Kaká.
Okay. The
Yeah,
best
right.
is Kaká.
Yep.
Okay. That's, I don't know. Jennifer's questioning you. She's
Yeah,
don't know.
James Rodriguez is the best too, from
He's the
Colombia.
best too? Okay. Okay. You can agree. That's so funny. I know none of these names, but you did. Like, okay, sure. You can say whatever you want. I believe you. Okay, let's keep going. Exercise 7. This is a little bit more difficult because there are 6 different possibilities. There's more, less, a little, the least, and the most. Okay, so your information is Maria likes 2 teaspoons of sugar. Sara likes 3 teaspoons of sugar. Stella likes 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, so number 1, Stella puts what?
A liter
Yes.
sugar in her coffee.
Yes, good. I heard
Yes.
Jennifer and Veronica. The least sugar
Yes.
in her coffee. The least,
The list.
The list.
Okay.
right? The least sugar in her coffee. Okay, if you put a little sugar in her coffee, that also makes sense. Like, yes, that's correct. But in this situation, we're comparing. Okay, so it's the least. Number 2, Sarah adds what?
More
More sugar in her coffee. Dan Maria.
Jane Marie.
Maria.
Yes, Sarah adds more sugar in her coffee than Maria. Good. More sugar in her coffee than Maria. Good. Number 3, Maria puts
Less sugar in her
sugar in her
coffee than
coffee.
Sarah.
yes, less sugar in her coffee than Sarah. Okay, less sugar. Good. Number 4, Stella puts
The least
Least.
amount of sugar.
A little amount.
yeah, a
Okay.
little or the least amount of sugar in her coffee.
Mhm.
Yep. So if you put a little, so number 1 and number 4 are the same. One is the least, one is a little. Okay. And the word amount doesn't really make a difference. It's whatever, doesn't matter. Number 5, Sarah puts
The
The
most.
most.
The-
The
good, the most amount of sugar in her coffee. Number 6, Maria adds
More.
Sugar than Stella.
Maria adds
More sugar.
more sugar than Stella. Perfect.
Mhm.
More sugar than Stella. Good. Good. Wow, there are a lot in this one. Sorry. Okay, we'll skip the shoes one and we'll do for time and we will do the populations. I did not realize they gave you a lot of homework. Sorry. I just saw that. I was like, this is a really good exercise. I did not realize how many there were. That's okay. More practice for you. Part E, populations. Ooh. China has 1.3 billion people. India has 1.2 billion people. The United States has 300 million people. Okay, so we are looking at the most, the fewest, fewer, and more. And we are using fewer and fewest and fewer because this is countable, right? We are looking at numbers. You could also say less and the least. That makes sense. Okay, you can use that whenever. But fewer and the fewest can be used when you are counting. So in this case, we can use it because we are counting. Okay? Number 1, China has what?
The
The
most.
The most people.
The most, exactly. Number 2, India has
Fewer
people than
Few.
US.
More people than you.
More people than US.
good. Yes, India has more people than the US. Perfect. Number 3, India has
Fewer
fewer
people
people than China.
good. Yes, fewer people, or you can say less, either one, than China. Good. Number 4, China has,
the
The
most
most
people in
people.
the world.
People in the world.
yes, the most people in the world. Number 5, the US has
The
Fewest
fewest people.
The three
The
countries.
fewest people in the country.
yes, good. The fewest people in the 3 countries. Good. Number 6, the US has
Fewer people than
Fewer
China
people.
or India.
good. Fewer, not the fewest people than India or China, because you are comparing the two things, right? So when you're comparing, it's fewer people than China or India. Good. Excellent. Are there any questions on these exercises? You guys are doing really well with this. Okay. So we are going to do exercise 8 together, okay, in groups. So our time is only 5 minutes, so I will explain it and then we will end and rejoin, okay? And then we will move on to adverbs. So exercise 8 says, analyze, look at, review the following chart comparing 3 people: Isabella, Rose, and Greta. It gives their age, how old they are, their height, how tall they are, their energy, are they lazy, energetic, very energetic, their grades, and their personality. Okay? So you are going to take with a partner these 3 and write 3 sentences using the descriptive form. Okay, so to be plus an adjective or an adjective and a noun. And you can use this, I sent you this on WhatsApp, so you can use it on your phones if you need to. 3 sentences with the comparative form. Okay, and 3 sentences with the superlative form, and 3 with the equative or non-equative form. Okay, so this will really help you think, okay, these are the 3, and you're going to make 3 sentences for each one that we have learned. Okay, so this will really help you think about each one that we have learned, and it will also help you look when we do adverbs, because adverbs also have an equative form, a non-equative form, a comparative form, and a superlative form that are actually very similar and easier if you know the adjective forms. Okay? Oops. So we will end now because we only have 3 minutes, and then we will rejoin and do that exercise, and then we will talk about adverbs. Okay? So you can rejoin using this same link.